Good morning, class. Today we will start chapter number 10 linear equation in one variable. The first question is what is equation? So, a mathematical statement that has two expressions separated by an sign is equal to is called an equation. Now, what is the mean of linear equation? A linear equation in one variable x is an equation that can be written in the form ax plus b is equal to 0, where a and b are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. And we can define also in the form if the highest power of the variable is 1, it is said to be a linear equation. The value of a variable that makes the equation true is called the solution of the equation. We can define the variables, coefficient and constant by some examples like 2x minus 3y plus 9. Here x and y are the variables and 2 and 3 are the coefficient of x and y respectively, and 9 is the constant term. Now we can define a standard form of a linear equation as ax plus by is equal to c. This is the form of standard form of a linear equation. Here a and b are the coefficient of the variables x and y respectively, and c is the constant term. Now, a linear equation contains variables that have an exponent are raised to a power that is no higher than 1. That means highest power of the variable should be 1. All equations have an equal sign. This means that everything on the left hand side is equal to the everything on the right hand side of the equation. A linear equation will make a straight line graph always. They have the general form ax plus by is equal to 0. Sometimes we can write as y is equal to ax plus b. Now we have some examples. 2x minus 3y plus 4 is equal to 0 and 3y minus 7x is equal to 8. Here are the variables x and y has highest power 1 only. So y is equal to 5x plus 2 and 4x is equal to 12 are the some examples of linear equation. We can solve the linear equation by some methods. The value of the variable which is in the equation that make the equation true is called the solution of the equation. We can add, subtract, multiply and divide both sides of an equation by the same non-zero numbers. We can solve linear equation by some types. Type 1. In type 1 we have two methods, balancing method and transposing method. In balancing method we will reduce the constant and find out the value of the variable. Now we have an example 4x plus 5 is equal to 9. So we will reduce the constant from the left hand side. So to reduce the constant we have to subtract 5 from the both side. After subtracting 4x is equal to 4. For the simplification 4x over 4 is equal to 4 divided by 4. Now we have the solution of the equation x is equal to 1. Now we have another method which is called transposing method of type 1. In this method the numbers are moved from one side of equality to other side by changing the sign. The changes are as follow: plus sign change to minus, minus sign change to plus, multiply sign change to divide and divide sign change to multiply. For example, we have an example 4x plus 5 is equal to 9. So to separate x we have to transpose 5 in another side. So for transposing, we have to change the sign. 4x is equal to 9 minus 5. 4x is equal to 4. Taking 4 on right hand side, sign will be changed. Multiplication into division. So x is equal to 4 divided by 4. We have the solution x is equal to 1. In type 2, for the solution of the linear equation, variables and numbers on both sides, like example 2x minus 3 is equal to x plus 2, these types of equation can be solved by either of two methods. The rules of transposing numbers are also applicable for variables. Moving terms from one side of the equation to the other side is called transposition. A term in an equation can be transposed from one side of the equation to the other side by changing its sign. It is must to change the sign. A number that divides a variable or a constant on the one side when transposed multiplies on the other side and vice versa. Here we have one more example. To solve the equation by transposing method, 5x is equal to 80 plus x. To separate the variable terms, we will collect variable term in one hand side and constant term in another side. So we will transpose x in the left hand side. So 5x minus x. In transposing, plus sign change into minus, so x become minus x is equal to 80. So 5x minus x is equal to 4x is equal to 80. Now we transpose 4 from left hand side to right hand side. So x is equal to 80 divided by 4. Now we have the solution x is equal to 20. Thank you, class.